Welcome to the intro. I'm your host, Jess Huddleston, and today our guest is Ouri, who pretty much does it all. She's a singer, a songwriter, a DJ, a producer, and a multi-instrumentalist. I'm so excited to have her here in studio today to show us how it's done. This is Ouri performing Ossature.
Sometimes strong, back home. He holds the right time until he saved for me. I don't know whoever told you that I needed him. 'Cause I don't. The glacier around me by means of love, so I can sit on the fence with a view. From home. It's the first time that I know someone who'd do such a crime and take control for me.
Wow.
Thank
That
you.
was stirring.
Thank you so much.
How did that feel?
It feels good. It feels good to play it live. It's like a little bit different than the recording. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's like more nuances, more space.
Some people, and I would imagine after years of performing, it's a bit of a job. and they're there to entertain. You seem to really embody every element of your performance. Is that true?
I'm just starting to. I feel like at first it was really difficult for me to perform. I was terrified. Since I'm 7 years old, my parents forced me to like play in front of crowds and like, like destroy the shyness. And, it's been some years of practicing. So
Is there anything in particular that's kind of helped you get there and get you more comfortable?
just do a bunch of shows and also face myself, like sometimes you're existing only emotionally or intellectually, but you also need to like connect the music and the physical world and, like accept it for a minute.
Definitely. There's that duality, but you have to make it mesh. Absolutely. Being on stage and feeling a spectrum of emotions, would you say that that's cathartic for you, or does it take a lot out of you emotionally? Because that's really emotional music that you play.
Yes, but it doesn't take a lot of me. It makes me feel like stronger. If it works well, then I feel aligned and I can go on to the next task, and it's fine,
You can do anything.
Yeah, I can do anything, and you have to do something after a show, like otherwise you're lost. You have so much energy and you have no ways to use it.
So I want to go back a little bit because I hear a lot of really interesting influences in your music. I hear some early 2000s indie-tronica, a little experimental. I'm thinking Moom, Aphex Twin. I'm curious what your influences were growing up.
But definitely Aphex Twin, huge influence. I actually sampled Aphex Twin on the album.
Yeah.
I'm also I'm a fan of Jimi Hendrix. I love classical music. I love indie music from the UK. And I love to listen to a lot of music that is so different from me, from the music that I do. So there's only few elements. I don't feel like I'm doing the same thing. I love to use ways to express myself in music that I hear in other styles.
Something that I find incredible and shocking to a degree is that you moved from France alone as a teenager to Montreal. I don't know if I was doing my own laundry at age 16, and that's what you did. Tell me about that journey. I can't imagine that was easy.
It was not easy, but I was extremely independent. I was craving independence for a very long time, and my parents saw that. I was very annoying, and they knew that I would love to move outside of the house. And I fell in love with Montreal when I was 12 years old. I fell in love with the winter, believe it or not.
Also shocking.
It's very shocking. Why did you shock you guys? I don't know. I just love this place. I knew that the music was something possible there too. I was studying science and I wanted to be a doctor, but I knew that I wanted to make music. And eventually I made my way through the underground music scene. I met a lot of jazz musicians, producers, and started to collaborate with them. And then at some point I was like, okay, I want to start my own project. I feel ready. And I studied a little bit more electroacoustic music and also composition. Mm-hmm. And then I just started collecting instruments as well and just diving into it, collaborating a lot, helping people with their projects, and then creating a community and,
Amazing. Okay, well, I want to hear so much more about what happened once you got to Montreal and sort of moved from there. But first, we're going to get into another performance. Oh. What song are you performing?
I'll do Grip.
Oh, the album closer. Beautiful, beautiful song. Okay, let's do it.
To
That was so enchanting. And I just feel like it just envelops you. You know, you're just completely a part of that performance. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
I want to
Thank
hear a
you.
little bit more about kind of your origins and then where you've landed once you got to Montreal. So I know you were classically trained in France and, you know, you've continued studying music, but you said that once you got to Montreal, the rave scene really kind of opened your eyes and expanded your sound. A lot of people would find that those are total opposite ends of the spectrum, like, you know, just not similar in any way. Do you actually see parallels between those two different areas of music?
There is definitely something that can be similar. Sometimes in the attitude, like the classical can be a little bit like comment on dit en anglais? Conservateur?
Oh, conservative.
Conservative, yeah.
Mhm.
And also in the underground music scene too, people are very attached to the sounds and like the way of expressing. So there's like this intense, like, I don't know, holding on to some traditions or a way of doing things. But the thing is, in the underground scene, the boundaries are being pushed all the time, but there's a connection to the crowd,
Right.
which I find that sometimes in classical music, it's not that easy to like, I don't know.
Sure.
Have
It's
a
a bit
strong
more of
connection.
a performer and an
Yeah.
audience, whereas, you know, the underground scene is very involved.
Yeah.
I find masculine and feminine energies really interesting because I think that we all possess both. And I hear both in your music. Was that intentional?
It's not something intentional, but it's something I observe as well. I remember when I first started making music, people were telling me that my music was very feminine, and it made me mad because I didn't want to like associate a gender to music. It was
Right.
like the only place something could exist in a more abstract form. So I was a little bit pissed off, but then I realized that it was actually the expression of something that was alive, maybe an expression of myself, maybe not. And so it's nice to just like have everything and present strong contrast in the music. And maybe I'm going to do it less in the future. Maybe I'm going to do it more. I don't know. But right now I think it's fun to, you know, show everything.
To play.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel like you've reconciled the role of gender in music because I think when a producer, a great producer like yourself, is a woman, that's the story, right? That's the headline. How do you continue to reconcile just wanting your output to be judged equally as just music and not attached to gender?
But yeah, but at first I wanted to be the female producer because people would always ask me if I was singing. I was like, I'm not singing. I'm just a producer. And then I was like, actually, I want to sing. And also I can play like 7 instruments and I love to like mix my own tracks and sometimes master them. Like, and I don't think there's anyone who can tell me that I cannot do this, you know? There's a lot of people who do it, and I don't know why it took me so long to accept that I wanted to do these things. And also it takes some time to know how to do them with a little bit more grace. And it's annoying to think that there's few female producers, and it sucks the word female producer too. It's not like a category in itself. It's just like being a producer.
Right. You can be all of those things.
Yeah, I can
Exactly.
be, and everyone can be whatever they want. They can be one thing, they can be everything, and it changes with time too.
Absolutely, as long as it makes you happy. So I'm curious what's next for you. What's kind of a big goal in this whole musical chapter of yours that you really want to get out of it all?
I feel like releasing this album, I also started my own imprint, and I can't wait to release more music on this imprint and like create a world musically with that. But I also have collaborations going on right now. I'm making albums. So like I can't wait to release all of that music.
That's so exciting. Honestly, I've had such a great time chatting with you.
Thank you.
Your music is so wonderful and you're so intelligent to speak to.
You
and
too.
Thank you. Thank you for your time and
Thank you,
your
Jess.
energy and your performances.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching the intro. For more episodes, you can hang out here or you can head to cbcmusic.ca/theintro.